This is part 8, Did Police Kill Cosmo? Trooper Marty Marchand is retired from the Oregon State Police, but he was a wildlife officer with the agency when he first met Cosmo. He responded to the elementary school the day of the cute story, when Cosmo showed up to the playground.
The principal said, hey, he's out there, he's kind of not attacking kids, but he's kind of coming down, swooping down towards them, and he's talking to them, which it kind of just made me laugh, like, yeah, right. But turned out, yeah, he had been taught some words, profane words.
Trooper Marchand worked for state police as a fish and wildlife officer for 25 years. But Cosmo was a first.
I'd never had actually experienced anything like that before. I mean, crows are very intelligent, so it didn't surprise me, but I'd never experienced that before. Matter of fact, I'm not sure I've ever dealt with somebody who had habituated a crow.
Authorities weren't able to catch Cosmo that day at the school. The principal was told to contact police if Cosmo returned. But by the next morning, word had already reached Janelle via social media. Her daughter was able to go to the school the next day and intercepted Cosmo before police were involved.
Never was the school again, kind of was a non-issue, but then we did go out and have to address the situation by visiting the neighborhood where he was at, and neighbors that had problems with him flying into their houses, coming after pets, coming after kids. And that's when, we advised them, because he was a nuisance animal and causing problems, advise them of what their rights may be to protect themselves and prevent problems.
And that could include shooting this bird?
Yes, it could include that, yes.
Police didn't follow up to see if anyone had actually shot or killed Cosmo, but they did hear from Janelle, who contacted Oregon Fish and Wildlife after Cosmo's December 18th disappearance.
So I guess it is somewhat of a mystery of what happened to him and where he went, or what happened to him ultimately.
So you obviously didn't shoot Cosmo.
No.
I asked him if he had any theories as to Cosmo's fate.
I have no idea. Honestly, I really don't have any idea. If anything happened and anybody knows anything about it, it would probably be in the neighborhood where he was, residing. We'll put it that way.
I also asked if he thought we'd ever find out what happened to Cosmo.
I imagine if something did happen to him in that neighborhood, I don't think people would want to deal with the potential of some sort of retaliation if they in fact had killed Cosmo. I don't know what happened, but it's probably one of those things nobody really wanted to talk about if it did occur.
This was something I had heard from other people in Williams. I stopped at the country store in town and asked the lady behind the counter, Erica, if she'd heard anyone talking about shooting a crow. She hadn't. There is nothing wrong if somebody killed the crow. They were well within their rights. But I can't get anybody to fess up to having done it.
No one's going to fess up to doing it.
Even if it was legal?
Even if it was legal. No one's going to say they did it.
Why do you think that is?
This town is too small. If that crow is beloved as much as you say it is, why would anyone admit to killing a beloved crow?
Williams is a small town. It's also a delightfully strange town. While on the hunt for Cosmo, I discovered the area is home to all sorts of people, from doomsday preppers to commune-living hippies to new age religious types to UFO researchers. Because it's so rural, everyone here has close contact with wildlife, but how people interact with it, from adopting stray wild animals to natural resource management, has long been a source of tension for the people who live here. In the next episode, we'll take a look at the bigger picture. What's going on in Williams?